Prophet of Thought.
Open your minds. This is X from the Prophet of Thought series, also known as the Frontistery. Now let's see. Let's start with vanity. Vanity is when a person is just so into what they look like and their appearance and their cosmetic exterior. And unfortunately, we as black people, we are inundated with those among us who they have this ultimate vanity about themselves, always wanting to be seen, always wanting their face out there, their hair out there, their clothes out there, their bodies out there, their money, their cars, and whatever else they can put up in front of others to have other people look at it, okay? But on the other hand, there's also many people amongst us who have a lot of insecurities, okay? They are insecure about those same things that I just listed. Their looks, their clothes, their skin color, their appearance, how people perceive them, and everything else. Now, this is a social media platform, okay? And we all know, I've spoke about this before, social media is about bringing attention to something. And we here at the Prophet of Thought series, we like to bring attention to things too. It's just that we don't like to bring attention to our appearances or our pictures. We like to bring attention to our body of work. Now, on a social media platform, you will see everybody shaking their rumps and flipping their hair and posing and showing their kids and showing their clothes and showing whatever they can to have that little 15 seconds of fame, or should I say infamy, and for others all over the internet sphere to look at. But my assessment of that is the reason why they do that so much is to counter the insecurity. And I will tell you why. We as black people, we have a lot of insecurities amongst us, okay, as I mentioned before. And I feel like black people are so insecure and they have so much low self-esteem that they put forth this unadulterated vanity to try to counter those insecurities. Because take for instance, if someone's posing, okay, say they're on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or wherever, and they're posing. Now they're obviously putting their photograph up there to be viewed. Now, as long as people like and give good comments and share and tell them how great they look and how magnificent they are and how wonderful they appear, they are fine. That helps them counter their insecurities. It helps confirm their own vanity. But on the other hand, if they happen to have 1,000 people who tell them how wonderful they are, if one person out of those 1,000 people says something negative that they don't like, they say something that counters their perception of their own vanity, they react as if they have been shot with a 45. Because see, that's when the insecurity comes in. Now, one thing people don't understand, and I don't think we as black people understand it. I don't think we understand it. Once you have put yourself out into the public forum, you lose all control over how that forum is perceived. And I think we get it mixed up. I think we actually believe that we have control over how things are perceived because we perceive them a particular way. If we put something out there and we think it's good, or we think it's great, or we think it's positive, we expect everyone else to think that too. Even though in reality, people are going to think and say what they want. And like I said, that's where the vanity of insecurity comes in. Because if you weren't vain, you wouldn't take 100 photos and put them on Instagram and Facebook. If you weren't vain, you wouldn't make it your business to strike poses and bend over and show people your money and show people your cars and show people your clothes and all this kind of nonsense. If you weren't vain, you would not be doing these things. And the sad thing is that most of the people who are vain, unfortunately, they are also insecure. Because if they were secure in their looks, their appearance, their cosmetic exterior, most people wouldn't even waste the time putting 1,000 pictures up on the internet, because they would have the confidence to believe in their own looks. They would have the confidence to believe in their own greatness. They would have the confidence to believe in their own beauty. Now, when they put these things out on social media, they may have a slight belief in these things, but they put these things out on social media so other people can confirm it. Even if it's thirsty people from the other side of the world that they will never meet in their lifetime. But I say again, on the other side of that, those same people who they look for confirmation of their vanity to, those same people they look to for that confirmation of their vanity, they will also lash out at those very people if those people criticize or critique them in a way in which they disagree with. So it is a contradiction in itself. When you are vain and insecure, basically, I don't want to say you are bipolar, but you are definitely by personality, okay? Because you cannot be vain and insecure, okay? If you're vain and insecure, you probably need help, even though you don't even realize it. And it's sad because so many of us as black people are insecure about ourselves. I don't know if it's the perception that has been portrayed in media. I don't know if it transcends from the slavery plantation mentality. I don't know if it's white supremacy or white privilege. I don't know if it's the idolizing of other races like white, Hispanic, or Asian. I don't know. But a lot of us are very insecure about a lot of things. And I truly believe that those insecurities forces us to be vain. It forces us to put ourselves out there. It forces us to put ourselves on display. And as long as that display is complimented and congratulated by others, we are fine with it. But the moment that it is critiqued, we have a conniption, because that's when our insecurities are truly exposed. Because let's get this straight. If you're a person who's secure, people that critique you or say things about you that you don't necessarily like, you have the ability to counteract that because you are so secure. You are so confident about what you do, who you are, and what you look like. But when you let someone, especially if it's something that you don't know, you let something that they have said bother you that much, you are absolutely positively insecure. And your insecurity is definitely going to show up when someone cracks the mold of your vanity. And we as black people, We need to understand that. We need to understand these things. Because as long as black people walk around being vain and insecure at the same time, we will never be able to accomplish anything. Anything. Because I'm a true believer that our insecurity holds us back from the truth. And I believe that we hide from that truth with our vanity. Prophet of Thought series.
And you put that crap down on your children and wonder why these niggas is up on you?